I'm super excited for this, Kyle.
Yeah, I think we're ready. Let's go ahead and take it down to the table and introduce our players.
All right, let's get into this. They're prepped, they're ready. I mean, you gotta think this has been a long 2 days of competition. I'm sure they're exhausted, but fully focused. Adrenaline is going. Over here on our left side, Demetris, Eaton, you can see all of these accomplishments here. We saw him earlier in top 8, but I mean, you see top 16, top 4 in the London Open, regional top 8, and then a UK national championships in the seniors division. Demetris, not a player to be taken lightly here.
Yep, of course, playing that Gardevoir EX deck that we've talked so much about over the course of, ever since it was created as a card. We see the consistency of this deck, and of course, just combining it with the refinement of the Kirlia. You draw so many cards each and every turn. It seems to withstand every time that we introduce a new Dark-type Pokemon into the mix, and we'll see if it can withstand some Pathin.
Yeah, withstand some Pathin, withstand some electricity, some cooking here over by J.W. Kriewall. We see a top 4 here in Peoria, world's top 64 regional champion in Richmond in 2019 and a 2014 regional champion as well. So this could be a 3rd time for J.W. to go for that regional champion title. Let's see if he can get there with Miraidon EX. That is the question. A deck that they have been formulating for a long time, JW and his team. They've played it to much success, and here we are again in a finals. Let's see if JW is able to generate his way to a win here.
Yeah, it looks like he likes to take about 4 to 5 years off before every regional win. 2019, it's almost 2024.
He's due.
It might be time.
Well, let's take a look at these prize cards for both of our players. What the
Whoa,
heck?
that is a lot of Pokemon.
That is a lot of important Pokemon as well, Kyle. A lot of Pokemon in the prize cards here. That's 2 Ralts, a Kirlia, and a Shining Arcana Gardevoir, as well as 2 Energy for Demetris. Wow. Over here for JW, a Mareep, a Judge, 1 of those electric generators, Switch Cart, and 2 Energy.
Mirage Step still available to search out some of these Kirlias. You don't always need the Ralts, but finding the initial 2 Ralts setup might be more difficult than we've led on to with all these prizes.
Yeah, it could get pretty tricky here for Demetris and those prize cards. We'll have to see if he can pull it out. I mean, Demetris, as we saw in our top 8, made it through even to game 3, was able to take things down, even through a double prize card penalty. So I believe in Demetris. We have the handshake. We're ready to go in our Masters finals here in Toronto. Let's get things started. JW on this right side. Kicking things off, Mew EX is the active Pokemon here, and we're jumping into the deck straight away with an Ultra Ball, discarding 2 of those Lightning Energy.
Yeah, this is the dream right here. It looks like there's an electric generator along with the Squawkabilly if you want to get very aggressive and start to move through the deck. The Ultra Ball to find the Miraidon to tandem unit to a bunch of lightning Pokemon. This could be a full setup with a fresh hand.
Well, that's what you want to see for sure. You want to get into this game and get moving. Be as aggressive as you can here. First to the prize cards. And JW just taking a minute to sort through what's in the deck here. This is the first look at the deck, so making sure he's aware of all the resources here. Make sure there's nothing too wild in the prize cards there for JW.
It's not like Demetris' prize cards where we're likely going to see an eyebrow raised.
Yeah, I think so, for sure. We'll have to take a look at the expressions for our cams. But here we go for JW off this Ultra Ball. Of course, this Miraidon EX is able to go right back into the deck, which is why you see the rotation there, and get these other lightning Pokemon out. 2 basic lightning Pokemon joining us in that Mareep and that Raikou V on the bench now. Yeah,
Raikou clearly one of the best opening attackers in this matchup. Just put on the pressure. You can consistently attack for knockouts against these lower hit point Pokemon in the beginning, and you only need 2 energies. We'll see if those are found here with the electric generator.
Yep, we will see electric generator, the first one of this match.
Ooh.
Wow, that is a complete whiff. Just a double check there.
Are you sure? Not even one?
Yellow. Nothing yellow in that draw there for JW. Electric generator is going to miss there.
Thankfully, there's still some resources and energy in hand. You can bench the Squawkabilly, draw with the Mew to restart if you want. or you can just fill the hand up, avoid potentially running into some issues where you draw some resources you don't want to discard.
Yep, here we go. Squawk and seize. We're squawking, we're seizing. Boss's order is going to hit the discard pile and into a fresh 6 cards here for JW. What are we working with, Kyle?
Well, found the path to the peak.
True.
Sometimes you like to throw that down early, but it's worrisome. Playing it in combination with a judge is a little better. And I don't know if there's any real pressure right now on this Pokemon. I honestly kind of like the retreat and drawing an additional card with the Raikou.
Ooh, with the fleet-footed, true. It's just going to be a pass, though, from JW. Over to the left side of the field now for Demetris, starting off with a Battle VIP pass. This is where you look at the player cam because Demetris is going to see how many Pokemon are actually in the prize cards here. Of course, eyeing up that Radiant Greninja. We've seen so much utility from that card in our Gardevoir decks, and for Demetris especially throughout the last match we saw him in. So that's being eyed up. Ralt's coming out, so nothing suspicious. Battle VIP pass, of course, gets 2 Pokemon out, so nothing too revealing yet, though.
JW. He was chopping in top 4. He's slamming in the finals.
I'm sick of that fly, Kyle. I'm sick of it. Oh my God.
Maybe you can throw your opponent off there. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see the reaction that we were looking for from Demetris from the prize cards because he top decked the Battle VIP passes.
Wow, that's pretty nice.
One of the best cards to find there, and sure, you can draw some additional cards, but you've done what you needed to do. Double Ralts, you're holding the Ultra Ball that will lead to the Kirlia, but you drew the Refinement Kirlia. You only have one left in the deck.
Yeah, that is tough here for Demetris. Drew into it off of that concealed cards on the Radiant Greninja. It's just going to be a pass over to JW. Wow. And we have quite the hand here from JW as well.
Yeah, a great mix of cards. There's an additional card there as well from the Raikou eventually. Is there any real pressure to play out more supporters and start digging? I think you're pretty comfortable at this spot.
Yeah, look, where do you go from here? JW's going to have to decide which route to take from here on out in this matchup. Going into the deck with that tandem unit. Line up some Pokemon here to take out of the deck.
Yeah, one of the most pivotal cards is going to be that Raichu, eventually working that into the mix, trying to knock out a Pokemon like that Gardevoir EX that we'd see on the other side. In combination with a Zapdos, maybe you can do a little less discarding to take that big knockout.
Yeah.
But you want to save that for the right time. And instead, if you're able to get all the energies on the board, space them out, and then eventually work in the Raichu in one big swing turn, you can really surprise your opponent.
Yep, that would be awesome to see here, Kyle, in our finals. We love exciting moments like that from our players. So hopefully we get to see some exciting things here. But for now, JW just still taking a look through the deck here. Is there anything you want to point out for this specific turn, Kyle, that we could see?
Well, I'm worried that we see the Raichu being presented early, but this, I feel like this is the better line. You go for the Zapdos. It's pretty nonchalant, just chilling on the bench. You can play an energy on it, and there's no way Demetris ever goes after their Pokemon like that. It's not going to help out the prize exchange at all.
Yeah.
And eventually, you'll have a few energies on board. All you need is the Raichu, 5 energies. Boss's orders, big KO.
Well, we have the Raikou V joining us in the active position here. Going to utilize that fleet-footed ability to draw an additional card. We saw the manual attachment of that lightning energy as well onto that Raikou to get ready for some lightning rondo here.
Oh, there's a Forest Seal Stone, but there's only one Pokemon that you can play that on, and it's your active, which is potentially at risk. I'd say that, but not really. You're looking at 2 Ralts. You're going to knock one out, and if Demetris ever goes Rare Candy, Gardevoir EX, he still doesn't knock you out, and he doesn't have any setup. So I feel like you're pretty comfortable attaching that Forest Seal Stone and preparing for a card like Iono on the other side.
Yep, well, we do see that Dynamotor Flaffy set up as well on the field, sought out from the Ultra Ball for JW. And then we're going to see that path to the peak come down here as well.
Yeah, I still would like to see the Forest Seal Stone play. There is no Lost Vacuum in the list on Demetris' side. And unfortunately, you can't incorporate the Mew EX drawing an additional card with Restart. So just take your knockout. Obviously, you're doing great work KOing a Ralt, but
yeah.
Demetris is prepared for this.
Prepared indeed. We got that knockout there for JW, taking a prize card, and now we're over to Demetris, starting off with an Ultra Ball, discarding a Rare Candy and a Psychic Energy to get that Kirlia that we've talked about plenty of times here, Kyle, that Mirage Step.
Yeah, this is brutal. The Path to the Peak is shutting off the Radiant Greninja right now, which could potentially draw into a card like Iono, but there it is, thankfully in the hand. So you can shuffle and place that Kirlia Refinement onto the bottom of the deck. You just want to avoid drawing the other one in this top 6 here.
Oh, let's see.
It's looking good so far.
Yeah, one more.
One more to dodge. And
there
it looks like you got out unscathed.
Yup, that last card being the Collapsed Stadium that was drawn there. Fog Crystal going to go back into the deck for Demetris here. And then straight into this Mirage Step, this move on this active Kirlia that's going to bring out these other 2 Kirlia here onto the field. That means it's over to JW now on this right side of our field here. Path to the Peak, of course, still in play on JW's side.
Yeah, and from this point forward, JW probably has his most important knockouts lined up already. No boss's orders required. We want to hold on to that resource until you see the Gardevoir EX. But we need to see some energies to line up for this Raichu eventually. And there's no more on this electric generator. That's 2 big whiffs.
Yeah, 2 big whiffs there. There's also an electric generator in the prize cards as well, in the middle of the prize cards. So that's not in deck for JW, but yeah, whiffing 2 electric generators, not what you want to be seeing for a Miraidon player. Going to take a quick look through Demetris' discard pile and then see what else we're going to do with this turn here for JW.
Yeah, at this point, protect the energies. Zapdos is a great place to place those. He discarded 2 Lightnings to start the game and is rewarded for that now with Fluffy's Dynamotor.
Yeah, that is very true. You're not too scared about your lightning energy going to the discard pile as long as you have that Flaffy.
All right.
Save the
do you ever sneak in the Zapdos knockout here? I feel like losing all those energies would be pretty lame, but JW is going to take the risk here. I do not like this if we see a reversal energy on the other side. Could you imagine?
Yeah, that would actually be detrimental. We're going to see the electric ball here from Zapdos. 110 damage. Taking a knockout to JW, going down to 4 prize cards left to take over to Demetris. Now let's see what we get here, starting off with this Mysterious Tail Mew.
Well, I was wishing that was a Shining Arcana. Double Psychic Energy. Refinement's going to continue to draw.
Yep. Ultra
Still
Ball,
no path.
Super Rod.
The path counter is available with the Collapsed Stadium.
In hand.
But you're staring at a Pokemon like Squawkabilly on the other side that you're just removing for free for your opponent. Of course, there's still plenty of other Pokemon to target with the boss's orders later on. But you need to continue drawing. Radiant Greninja is going to try to do its job.
Yeah, let's see. 2 cards here. Level Ball.
Wow.
Is that the Cresselia?
I mean,
or what was that?
There's a Cresselia, but I think it's just 1 Ultra Ball from here. You have to pick and choose. You can go for the Gardevoir EX, start to load up some energies. Early Zacian does not feel great. You can use Cresselia and maybe try to knock out Flaffy if you have 2 more Psychic Pokemon to play.
True.
But what Psychic Pokemon are left at this point? We've seen all the Ralts. You have to bench the Zacian, and
Collapsed Stadium's in play
I guess there's Mew as well, but we're not going to find much help here.
Yeah, we're just going to see this Level Ball to search out the Manaphy from the deck. Clean that out of the deck. Just taking a look at what is left as well. Right, for Demetris, we've used our Mysterious Tail. We've used our 2 Refinement. We've used our Concealed cards as well. What else do we have left in this hand, Kyle?
Yeah, there's a risk you could take with the Ultra Ball.
Oh, I thought it was already used because it was rotated, but I guess not. We're still going in with this Mysterious Tail. Fog Crystal going to be drawn as the item card off of those top 6. Just going to use it straight away to get a Psychic Energy to the hand.
All right, maybe that Psychic Energy was all we needed to see the Cresselia try to incorporate a knockout on a Pokemon like the Flaffy here. Gardevoir EX opens that up. Psychic Embrace can continue to rain some energies, as we've seen so often in this tournament.
That is true. Psychic Embrace, of course, being unlocked here. Path to the Peak is out of play, having been bumped to that collapsed stadium for Demetris. All right,
Just
so we're going
to slow start. There's not much happening at this point. Demetris at a pretty risky spot as far as boss's orders or other combinations of cards that continue to just put pressure on the main attackers here. We've seen plenty of Ralts already knocked out.
Yeah, I think you can see that for sure. There's a lot of debates there, but Zacian V is going to be brought onto the field here and put into the active position after manually retreating this Mew. Here are the energy coming down as well from this Psychic Embrace on the Gardevoir EX. Of course, have to place 2 damage counters per energy there.
Yep, you know you're already knocked out from a Pokemon like that Raikou, so play all of the energies on this Pokemon. If there ever was a world where JW was able to take a knockout on the Gardevoir, remove that from play. Boss's orders played on the Raikou, and although you're not removing all of the energies, you took out one of the largest threats.
Yeah, I mean, that Raikou had 2 energy on it. It was 2 prize cards as well. Demetris is going to take after that knockout. So going down to 4 prize cards left, tying things up in the prize race here between our players. JW over here on the right side, starting off this next turn with a tandem unit. Raikou coming back.
Yeah, it's Zapdos just a little bit short, cannot help itself with its own ability.
Yeah,
if it were, that would be quite the exchange to see. Instead, Raikou with the energy along with the Flaffy Dynamotor should be able to get the job done pretty handedly. And let's throw in a path for good measure.
Yep, and a judge. It's the combo here. Path to the Peak, shutting down those abilities of Rulebox Pokemon, as well as a judge. Both of our players shuffling up here, going to draw into 4 cards each. And I mean, you saw the hands before for Demetris. That was a lot of cards there, but it's just going to be 4 now, drawn off this judge.
None of them named Shining Arcana Gardevoir, and it's still going to be the trend here.
Yep. Yeah, and it's just a level ball and a fog crystal as well, which can't search that out either, unfortunately. JW with the Wombo combo, and don't think there's anything else left to play from the hand here. Just 2 Miraidon and energy and a research. It's just going to be this Raikou V, of course, going to take the knockout on that Zacian V with Lightning Rondo, that heavily damaged Sword Doggo. And now JW down to only 2 prize cards left to take. Kyle, it's flying by here, this match.
Yeah, it's really moving. We see Demetris was probably going to find an answer to this Raikou as soon as we see a counter stadium.
True.
The issue is we've seen 1 collapse stadium. The list only plays 2, and you're probably using Iono to dig for it.
Yeah.
If not, it's just the 1 refinement to try to find Worker that could also open up some avenues.
Yeah, these draws are going to be huge for Demetris. We're starting off, of course, with a level ball and a fog crystal. Let's see if Demetris is able to get into the cards needed after that judge. Okay, taking a look here. Selecting the targets for both that level ball and the fog crystal. It's going to be, of course, that Psychic Energy and that Ralts drawn off the level ball.
Yeah, Ralts is sneaky good in this situation. Potentially could be another final attacker in a matchup like this where we've already lost Zacian, potentially losing a Shining Arcana Gardevoir if we ever find it. And you'll need 1 more. Refinement time.
Refinement here. It's a level ball and the Cresselia.
That's not it. It's
Yep.
down to thinning out with the level ball, using Iono, trying to find the 1 of Collapse Stadium.
Yeah, the 1 of Collapse Stadium. So, yeah, we are seeing that thinning. The Ralts is going to come down onto the field as well for Demetris, and we're seeing the shuffle up here. Super important.
Yeah. Talk about a double-edged sword as well. If you remove this Path to the Peak with the Collapse Stadium, you're removing the Mew from play. And that's the only Pokemon that Gardevoir EX would be able to knock out for 2 prize cards. And it looks like that's probably going to be a relevant attacker. Oh, there's the worker. 2 workers. That's not how this works.
That is not how this is working, Kyle. Oh my gosh.
Oh, so brutal.
That is brutal. The Iono played, of course, between these players. JW just 2 cards to the hand. After that, Iono, Demetris 4 cards, but none of them able to work for this turn. It was just a scoop up. And that is JW taking the game here between these players. Look at that expression there.
Wow.
0-1, JW's favor now with Miraidon. That was intense, Kyle.
That's right. He's playing it like he's been here. He's been here twice. He knows how to win on the big stage. And JW's trying to lock in a 3rd. Demetris, cool, calm, collected, trying to just play the game.
Yeah.
Double Ralts prize, Refinement Curlia prize. Did everything they could to try to line up some knockouts. Shiny Arcana Gardevoir, nowhere to be found. And then you find the other 2 ways to remove Stadium other than your Stadium at the very end.
Exactly. It was just a really awkward turn of events and how those cards were drawn, the cards that were prized. It was a perfect storm to really not go anywhere. And JW was able to capitalize on that slow start from Demetris and get everything established on his board state. That Raikou V here being attached to from JW. As we saw this turn, that Zacian V heavily damaged, about to be taken down here by this Raikou, bringing JW down to just the last 2 prize cards to take.
Yeah, it was getting to a scary situation where if Demetris found the right cards off of the Iono there, maybe we're talking about a different winner in game 1. Instead,
yeah, that's true.
We're moving to game 2 where you're prizing Mirage Step and double Iono. It's not the best, not the worst, but you need a lot of Ralts on the opening turn. You're going first, so this is a very important Mysterious Tail. Just level ball. Well, what does the rest of the hand have?
Yeah, what does the rest of the hand have? That's what I'm wondering as well, Kyle. We're not going to see it just yet. We're getting into this game 2 between these players, JW and Demetris. Level ball getting out that Ralts here. That was the Mysterious Tail finding the level ball. Let's see what else Demetris is working with for this very first turn.
This is
game 2.
Definitely my favorite way to see the game played out. Gardevoir going first. This means JW has an opportunity to not only play down the path if he wants to, but strike first, get an early knockout. Demetris wisely playing the Cresselia to avoid Escape Rope knocking out the Ralts. But at this point, any prize card's a good prize card.
Well, JW is going to kick things off, try to get all the pieces together here for this turn 1 going second. You have a supporter available to you. You have an attack you can do at the end of this turn, but can we get there? Let's see, JW.
The Escape Rope was in hand as well.
Let's look at the prize cards here. Of course, we're going through the deck now with our tandem unit, getting out some basic lightning Pokemon for JW. I think he's just eyeing up. Okay, what do I have in the hand? How do I make this happen?
Yeah, we see Switch Card, Escape Rope, all the options to move around the Miraidon, find the correct attacker in a situation like this. Usually it's going to be Pokemon like that Raikou, just continue to put on pressure and try to take knockouts. And maybe this is a double tandem unit start.
True. I think that's what's kind of being debated here for JW.
Well, Pablo asked for it. He shall receive. Just maybe a round early, round late.
Yes, that's true.
Nope, it's not happening.
No, that is not happening. It's just going to be that Mareep, that super cute little fluffy Mareep joining the field with that Raikou V. The huge, I suppose you could say, Kyle.
I will say. The huge.
The huge.
Well,
Forest Sealstone also going to come down for JW.
Yeah, what do you grab here? I suppose Forest Sealstone into the electric generator. You need to hit at least one, and from there you can use Switch Cart, attach energy, play Judge, knock out the Mew, and leave your opponent with 5 cards and this board state. Sounds good to me.
That
you
sounds
just
great.
need one card off the electric generator.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kyle, JW has whiffed 2 generators so far. It's going to come down to this one.
You're telling me he's due?
Can he get it? Yes, he's due. Can he get an electric generator?
It's all we need,
yes.
and we get 2.
2, even better, Kyle. We see 2 lightning energy coming onto the field here for JW. We're generating. I guess that's 2 for the 2 generators whiffed before, right?
All right. Oh, we're cooking.
We're cooking.
Hold up. Let him cook. Switch card still there. There's no boss's orders, however, so removing the Ralts is not going to be a play. But playing this hand down with the judge seems pretty solid.
Absolutely. Here we go. JW rocking it out here with this turn. We're going to see this judge hit the field here. This is our supporter for turn, and that's going to limit Demetris to just 4 cards.
And Demetris would have been in an odd spot. He had Rare Candy, Gardevoir EX, but no board state.
Sure.
He hasn't identified yet that Mirage Step is gone unless he looked for that immediately off the level ball. This is not the setup you're looking for.
Yeah, and I feel like it's been super unfortunate as far as setups go for Demetris in both of these games. So we'll see if he can hold through.
That really is the story of the game. Just surrendering some prize cards in the early game.
Yep.
Holding on.
Recovering.
Is this a full Mew restart? Is that Ultra Ball double energy?
What?
That is. Wow. If you're going to get judged, you might as well grab that.
Wow, that you are 100% correct here. Ultra Ball is going to discard those 2 energy.
He's even considering Squawkabilly for a second.
No,
So we're not done.
I don't want 3 cards. I want 6 cards.
I want all the cards. We're trying to collect them all.
Yes, collects them all indeed. I mean, yeah, this is JW's first turn still. I mean, there's so much that's happened so far. But
I mean, there's no punish. You play this down, you fill your bench. The second your opponent plays down a counter stadium to the path, it's Collapse Stadium, and you remove the Squawkabilly.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not
That's
bad.
the counter. Yeah, it really isn't. Look at JW. I think he's debating that too. Sitting there like, oh, what is the downside?
Am I being dumb? I'm already going to get 3 cards. I'm being greedy. We'll see. It really is a tough call.
That's true, but it is going to be the second Mareep here coming down to the field for JW. But you still have the Mew.
We'll see a sigh of relief after these 3 cards. I think we still have fleet-footed, too. It is a judge.
Yeah,
it
you're
is
so
an
right.
Arvin.
Sheesh.
Throw an additional card. It's not Path to the Peak, but this is quite an opening turn in Game 2.
Yeah, that is huge. JW taking a prize card at the end of that turn. And everything being fully established here on JW's side as well. Demetris starting off this turn 2 here with an Ultra Ball, discarding a Battle VIP Pass and a Psychic Energy. That Celebrations Mew gone off the field now. Ralts in the active position here.
Yep, look for JW's nod of approval when he does not see the Mirage Step Curlia here. Already sees an energy being discarded.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, okay, now we're talking. Only 1 Curlia to work with. You have to continue to search and try to find Ralts. In the hand, there's not much. Fog Crystal, Zacian V.
Yeah, that's where you see such value in that Mirage Step, but only when you have access to it. It's just not there for Demetris, unfortunately. Fog Crystal gonna get this Mew EX out.
Yeah, he's hoping he could restart the series, but he's just gonna restart his hand for a few additional cards here.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, yes, absolutely, Kyle.
This is bad news. You can play the hand down. There is
look,
really
so
considering it.
Yeah.
I feel like you should go for a Ralt in a situation like that, play it down, but you also wanted to hold on to that so that you could maybe draw into the Ralts off of the refinement. But honestly, at this point, you need a supporter as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Holding out, maybe you just play down, who knows? He just wants to protect the Ralts, and I get it. This needs to be a great refinement.
Gosh, please.
Energy worker.
I mean, that's
Just
a supporter, I guess. Yeah, just drawing 3 and it's 2 Iona. Oh, it's a Ralts. That's something. That's
is
something,
protection
Kyle.
from escape rope. There is
Yes.
Arvin in hand. This could get messy.
I feel like it's already messy. I mean, sheesh.
Yeah.
JW starting off here with a fleet-footed, drawing an additional card, that Super Rod, into the hand here. Turn 2 for JW. Where are we going to be going from here? Starting off with that Arven.
Yeah, having the free motion there with the Mew to swap in and out of the active spot makes this a great play. You can use the escape rope, hold on to a boss's orders for later on, take an easy knockout on either one of these Pokemon. You'll be very satisfied with the result. You just take a prize card and you only see one potential Gardevoir next turn and a 3-card hand.
Sheesh, yeah, definitely feeling good, I'm sure, for JW in this position. Arven going to grab that Bravery Charm and an Escape Rope for the tool card and the item card. Still just taking a look here.
Yeah, this could be the tandem unit. You can
I was thinking that.
Search out. Yeah, the Zapdos seems like a great card. You could even include the Bravery Charm in either one of these Pokemon if you want to protect and
slap down all the tools, you know?
Why not? Let's play the hand down pretty low. Maybe we can restart again.
Yeah, true. We have the escape rope here.
Although the prize cards are flowing, the energies are what I'm looking at the most. Just having potential attackers down the line is going to be very important to close the rest of this game out. Another Ralts found. Demetris is holding on.
Yeah, holding on for dear life here. The Ralts found and placed on the field into an Iono right away.
Needs some help. No double battle VIP.
Wow. What is this? Level ball? Was that a boss?
Good. It's not good.
2 battle VIP. Nothing? Usable? A Super Rod? A Fog Crystal? Oh.
Super Rod could search back some of the Ralts pieces.
Yeah.
Level Ball, Fog Crystal to thin down even more, and then maybe Refinement can draw into some additional help. There's probably Radiant Greninja as well as an option, but no way to search that out just yet either.
It's tough here for Demetris. I mean, I feel like you're just... Hey.
Did he do it?
Get it? Oh! We got the fly.
All right, now take it off the table.
Yes, please. Please take it off the table.
Can someone play a stadium?
Can we get some hand sanitizer in there as well? Oh my gosh, almost put it on top of the fly.
The disrespect to cut the deck onto the fly would be shmoney.
Oh my gosh. Well, now that we've dealt with that, what is...
Oh, there's another fly!
Kyle.
This is unreal.
This is unreal.
There's a game going on for $10,000.
And we're talking about flies here. Did you see that, Kyle? We're on JW's turn now.
Yes, and we're receiving 1 energy from Electric Generator.
Okay.
Looking good.
Yeah, that is looking good. We do not want to be within that generator.
This is a boss turn, if I've ever seen one.
I would agree with you there, Kyle.
It is the front card of the hand as well.
I was about to say, JW's got it. That boss's order's already in the hand here for JW, debating attaching that energy, and is going to go for it. Here we go. Boss's orders, taking away that Refinement Kirlia that is on the field here. Of course, going to play out some more cards from the hands with that Bravery Charm coming down onto the Mew EX.
We are so close to a concession. Yes. This hand is going nowhere. Iono top deck, though.
We have something.
Super Rod, shuffle back some more of those Pokemon we've lost early on.
Yep. Gonna choose here, of course, any combination, Pokemon and energy. It's gonna be all Pokemon here from Demetris. 2 Ralts and that Kirlia. Going back into the deck.
I mean, there is still life.
There is.
Iono can lock out JW of a good hand.
True.
If there is a Miracle Candy Gardevoir, you can see a knockout on this active Pokemon. Then you just have to target down the Miraidon EX. You can outpace JW, who only needs 3 prize cards remaining, but JW only needs to set up 1 more attacker to likely close this thing out.
This is huge right here, Kyle. That's what we're gearing up for.
Yep, Reversal Energy already prepped on the Ralts.
Iono
Rare
is everything.
candies, please. There's 1.
There's 1.
Looks like Kirlia's. Oh, we found the Arcana. That could help.
Ooh.
Has to be exactly Rare Candy Gardevoir EX off of the 2 cards. And now it's not an option.
It is not an option, indeed. Let's see this refinement here from Demetris. Level Ball and Mew EX.
I mean, you cannot move this Cresselia and also find a knockout in the same turn, even if you find double energy off of the Shining Arcana Gardevoir.
Yep.
You need something to retreat, and you'd want to play those energies onto that Pokemon to deal 210 damage. This is slow. Do you have time?
Yeah, I know. JW just down to 3 prize cards left to take to be the winner of Toronto Regional Championship. So close. I know he can smell it over there. We're going to see another Curlia.
Yeah, this is how you have to play it out from this point. You've already made a concession of this prize card. Cresselia will fall. The hand is not great from JW until he finds the top deck Ultra Ball.
My gosh.
There was nothing there, but now can thin down, find the Flaffy, get additional energies in play, attach energy for the turn, and draw with the restart.
Sheesh.
Still has the fleet-footed.
I was about to say, still has fleet-footed as well. That Iono that limited JW to just 3 cards now being fully recovered from here for this Miraidon deck.
Can we untilt that, Raiko?
Yes, yeah.
We still got life.
It has not been used yet, that is for sure. We just saw that Ultra Ball. We're going to see the restart here for 3 cards.
Wow.
Is that a research?
That's a research and a path to the peak.
Are you serious? Sheesh.
Looks a lot better than Squawkabilly 2 energies a minute ago.
Yeah, that is very true.
Say again? You attached that, right? I attached that.
Energy attachment was from the hands.
The hands. Path to the peak coming down onto the field now. Well, now we don't have the fleet-footed.
Yeah,
but you don't need it. You have the Professor's Research.
Plenty of cards to be found.
7
The issue
cards.
here is you don't have an additional Pokemon to charge up that can take a simple knockout. I feel like the energy placement, even on the Zapdos, would make sense in a situation like this.
True.
Just to line up for a Boss's Orders knockout on a Ralts or a Curly at some point. But we're protecting the energies. And maybe this is for a Raichu closeout if a Gardevoir comes up at some point.
Yeah, that definitely could be it. Those energy being placed down there, of course, being able to be discarded from anywhere with that Raichu in the future.
I mean, you think about the scenarios where Demetris is able to come back. It involves using a Shining Arcana Gardevoir, attaching multiple energies to this Pokemon, and taking a big knockout. Maybe Flaffy's honestly able to take that knockout. There's a lot of damage you have to deal to yourself in order to take the big KOs, especially through a Bravery Charm on a card like that Miraidon.
What is it, the Electro Ball? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, for like 50. Yeah.
It's 50, yeah. I mean, you're right, though. Yeah, it's Electro Ball for 50.
Sometimes that's enough. Charmander gets in the action in that matchup. Why not Flaffy?
Yeah, the Flaffy MVP. We could see anything happen here, but JW going down. Another prize card, just 2 left to take to be the winner here. Demetris promoting that Ralts.
I see. It's JW's protecting right now against the collapsed stadium. Probably would remove the Zapdos from play, wants to hold on to the free retreater of the Mew and keep both Flaffies for energy acceleration onto any Pokemon that he could find with the tandem unit for an easy knockout. Really well played there.
We're going to see that refinement into this Shining Arcana Gardevoir. So we've used both abilities here now.
That's double psychic energy.
Oh, is it really?
You might want to take those.
Yeah. Of course, able to attach those or put them into hands, but attaching, of course, to the field.
Electric generator, that's cute.
Yeah, true. Shining generator here. We're going to see our second refinement here for the turn. Reversal energy and a Manaphy.
I mean, this is a Shining Arcana knockout. There's Rare Candy Gardevoir in hands. There's a reversal energy, and you dealt no damage to your Pokemon. I think that worked out pretty well. You don't have to play a Pokemon EX in play. So JW does not have a Boss's Orders immediate answer to win the game. You did this through Path to the Peak, which is unheard of.
Yeah, honestly, this whole turn has been shaping up pretty nice for Demetris under the current circumstances for sure. Ultra Ball going to discard Manaphy and Radiant Greninja as well to grab this Curlia.
Not sure if he's interested in it. Doesn't look to be the case.
Wow, Rare Candy going down here to draw 2 additional cards.
That's a pass?
That was that was just a pass. Pass to JW here. That was it, Kyle.
That's not good.
Yeah, that is not good. We're gonna see.
Is there?
JW.
Yeah, there's 2 energies. You just promote Zapdos and let this take the knockout. You protect all of your big attackers.
Yes.
Why not? Whatever. Just throw energies around. You're having fun at this point.
Yeah, I mean, just look at this board state here from JW with Miraidon. I mean, how many energy is that even? That's,
right. He's just trying to find fun ways to win.
Yeah.
Mew could
so
figure it
many
out.
Options. Oh my goodness, for JW. The Dynamotor popping off here. Tons of cards in the hand as well. It's just going to be a knockout with that Raikou V. JW 1 prize card away from winning this game. Demetris, just a Fog Crystal.
Yeah, resources dwindling here. Really have not seen a setup. Not a single Gardevoir EX played down. And even if there were, there's still a path in play. Going to the closing turns here as JW is just 1 prize card remaining. Shining Arcana to try to find some help.
Yep, Shining Arcana, just this boss's orders.
Are you out of all energies and switching effects? Please be, and that is not the case. We see lightning energy, and that is going to close things out. JW Kriewall taking his 3rd regional, chopping his way to victory here in Toronto.
JW, the winner of our Toronto regional here with Miraidon EX. I'm sure so happy after taking things down and going against Gardevoir as well, proving everybody wrong who doubted Miraidon and celebrating that right here on our stage.
It's cool when the 9-year-old's gritty. I don't know about that. You can do whatever you want, my friend. $10,000 richer. A world championship locked up. The invite is all yours. You're going to Honolulu. And what a great way to close out here in Toronto.
Yeah, that was amazing. Miraidon EX taking down everything out in our field, making it into our finals. Final match against Gardevoir, taking things down. Miraidon EX is the winner of our Toronto Regional Championship. Not a Canadian player, though.
Yeah.
This is a United States player this time. So we're coming to Canada, and we're taking down one of theirs.
Yeah, I mean, the invasion was real. We had UK and US represented here in the finals. Great showing from both players. And I mean, what a wild ride. There's not much that Demetris could do with the hands he was dealt, but continued to fight through Iono after Iono. Man, this opening turn here in game number 1.
Yep.
Pretty solid, locking in that path to the peak.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, just looking at this, like looking at how these games played out here, you can kind of see it demonstrated right now in our replay. It just looked effortless for JW. And we were talking with JW too, even before, and he even said, oh, Gardevoir, that's easy. That's fine. I'll be good.
I'll figure that out. No problem. And sure enough, it worked out just that way. Just continued to present threat after threat. Can you answer these? And it did not line up easy enough on Demetris' side.
Yeah.
Trying everything he could. Zacian V incorporated early. I mean, you never really see that anymore. That's a old school strategy, but it's all that Demetris had when the prize cards were double Ralts and a Kirlia.
Yeah, I mean, you could see Demetris in both of these games here, just trying to hang on, do everything he possibly could. It didn't even come down to misplays or missequencing or anything like that. It was just awkward cards, slow setups, clunky things happening. It was just an unfortunate turn of events. And you see JW just continue to take these consistent knockouts here in our game 1. Another 2 prize cards there off that Zacian V, and shortly after that, we have the scoop there from Demetris, giving JW the first game here between our players. Up 1, trying to make it happen again, and things started out pretty darn well here for JW as well in our game 2.
Yeah, he was cooking, and indeed did just so. Early knockout there on the Mew, lined up all those energies, and from there it was Really difficult to watch Demetris try to find answers. Kirlia after Kirlia, Ralts after Ralts, everything removed from the board. And with each passing turn, an additional prize card was added into JW's hand.
Yeah, it was just kind of a ticking timer there. That's this entire game. I mean, the momentum was just there. It kept up. JW just keeping up this pace. Energy was flying out. We had multiple Flappy down on the fields, and Demetris just had nowhere to go, nowhere to run. Unfortunately, these refinements not even really helping with the draws here. Just barely able to hang on. We just see the Battle VIP pass the Fog Crystal, the pass back to JW here.
Yeah, if there was another Shining Arcana Gardevoir in the deck, then maybe that turn previously was a missed opportunity.
Yeah, that's
true. Go aggressive with the reversal energy, but even then, it looked like the writing was on the wall. Take him to the chop house.
JW taking down Toronto with Miraidon EX. Look, it's super happy there. This was an incredible 2 days of gameplay from all of our players there. But as you can see, coming out on top, JW Kriewall. Demetris Eaton taking a second place, going home with $7,000 as well. And congratulations to all of our players who made it into our top 8 as well. Azul Garcia Griego, Christian Moreno, Herman